Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got game 2 of a best of 3 between TvT and SjoW. This is from the MSI Pro Cup 8. It is the semi-final match and it is a TvT. SjoW as the red Terran player in the top left and TvT as the green Terran player in the bottom right. The map is Teldarim Altar, and as I said, this is game 2. So this is fair warning to anyone who hasn't watched game 1. Spoiler alert incoming. Pause right now if you haven't watched it. Go look on my channel, find game 1, watch it, then come back. Be a pleasure when you're back. So you've had your warning now. Hopefully everyone has now seen game 1. Thank you for watching that, and this should be a great game 2. Obviously TvT did win game 1 quite convincingly and quite quickly, and really SjoW has got to win this game. Otherwise he is out of the competition. He will lose this best of 3 and TvT will advance on to the final, and boy oh boy if this should be good. However, it's a TvT on the biggest map on the ladder, so if they start leapfrogging tanks, then I'm going to have a lot of time to kill in terms of talking about stuff. So hopefully this won't happen, because there is nothing worse as a caster. I mean, I even start struggling in kind of the first few minutes of the game where literally nothing happens. It's like, oh, and here we have SjoW building a barracks, because that's what people do at the start. Oh, and here's TvT also building a barracks, because you have to build a barracks. No, it just doesn't make for entertainment. You want to see action, you want to see stuff going on, you want to see drops happening all over the map, you want to get getting frustrated that I can't have the camera in 4 places at once, and most importantly, you want to see someone get annihilated, or maybe not. I personally prefer close games, as a complete whitewash is a bit predictable from early on. It's like, and here we see that TvT killed all of nerdSjoW's workers, and nerdSjoW is now just holding on for dear life, but is eventually going to die. No, games like that tend to get a bit dull. No, so hopefully this will be a close game, and a tech lab coming out on this barracks, so we will see Reaper, most probably, and meanwhile we won't actually see any gas at all for TvT as of yet, so we will probably see a super early expansion, which isn't too bad on this map, because it's just so big. It's huge. Just look at the size of it. I mean, whoever designed this map was just like, I want to create a masterpiece. I want to create the biggest masterpiece there's ever been. Obviously, talking of masterpieces, if you put tanks down here, your natural base has problems. It's just a cool map. And the third base has got rocks on it, which can be a bit awkward, but you've also got this back position which is covered by the grass, and oh, there's just so much that can go on. And if you do a drop, well, it's basically like a couple of minutes by the time it's drifted around the edge of the map to get to your opponent. Oh, I could just go on for ages. I love this map. It's a lovely map. But we will see this SCV just looking around, trying to find out what is going on. Here comes the Reaper as well. Everyone has to be worried about Reapers. Reapers are terrifying things, but who knows what will happen. Here we go. We will see TvT getting down his expansion. Not even going to float it over. He's just like, wall off. I don't need one of those. I've got a Marine. 2 now. 2 Marines. They can defend anything early on. I've just got this expansion down. And having said that, though, SjoW is getting his second Reaper. And because this SCV is here, I think we might see a bunker, and that would be cool. Obviously, SjoW needs to do something big here, but we're not going to see a bunker if it just dies, which it very nearly did. 3 HP, only just surviving. That SCV was like, mate, I am not going in there. You can build your own bunker, because me, nah. Anyway, we will see that more Reapers are coming out, so we're just getting Reapers, because Reapers are good units, I hear, but against, obviously, a lot of Marines, not so good. But we will wait and see. Obviously, SjoW getting his own command center. Now, SjoW has that tough decision to make, but being a best of 3, does he do something risky? Does he try and win? Or does he try and play standard? And TvT, he's in a comfortable spot. He can either play straight up like he did in the last game and win again, or he can try and do something risky out of the ordinary, or whatever, because even if he loses, then he's got that third game to play straight up in. And that's always that psychological issue in the back of the head. Anyway, we will see some reactor Hellions coming out. TvT, a starport on the way with a tech lab, so I reckon we're going to see some Banshees out super quickly. Meanwhile, some barracks being built, an engineering bay. So a mass infantry army looks like it's going to be on the cards for SjoW. Meanwhile, we will see that SjoW's Reapers, where have they gone? Have they been killed? Did I miss those Reapers dying? No, there's 3 there. Ah, here they are, down in this position. Now, obviously, Reapers aren't too good against Hellions because they're light. And while Hellions are also light, I believe that if you line up, the Hellions win, because Hellions are awesome. Not that I'm a Zerg player or anything like that. Anyway, the bunker going down for SjoW, and we have got cloaking field on the way now. So ThorzaIn, are you going to be sending some cloak banshees SjoW's way? I do believe you are, you sneaky W. Anyway, we have got +1 infantry weapons on the way for SjoW, and obviously, how is he going to deal with that banshee? He's going to be able to scan, which really makes cloak a lot less effective, but that's only if he's kept enough energy, because obviously if SjoW builds a lot of mules to keep up economically, he won't have a scan saved. But that is kind of the risk that ThorzaIn has to play. ThorzaIn has got all 4 of his gases on the way. Meanwhile, we will see that SjoW is just sitting on 2. He's happy. He's like, I've got 2 gases, and that's all I need, because I'm just building marines, because marines are good according to day 9. Anyway, we will see here that these marines are going to start to step some rocks, because obviously rocks chasing after you is a terrifying experience. So just keep stuttering and run away from them in case they do get into range, because I mean, when rocks get into range, you lose, flat out. But having said that, ThorzaIn, he has got a lot of Hellions on the way, and he's also got a Banshee on the way, and this is all pretty scary. It's like everything that a Zerg player hates early on from a Terran player all at once. But ThorzaIn needs to remember that this is another Terran he's playing, so how is he going to react to that? Obviously, SjoW is in a good position. Doesn't want to line up those marines though. That would be very, very bad. A couple of marines do fall already. A horrible death burning alive, and that Banshee's in there as well, just picking off a couple, and it does look like it's all going to be sorted. So ThorzaIn cleaned that up very nicely. If we take a look at the loss tab, 150 to 400 resources lost in favour of ThorzaIn, and ThorzaIn is just going to go ahead and cloak and pick off a couple more marines, pick off a couple of SCVs. But having said that, that missile turret is on its way down, and is there any energy for a scan? There is now, so a scan could go off any second if SjoW wants to, and there we go, there goes the scan, and that Banshee is out of there, completely dead. And in the meantime, if we take a look at ThorzaIn's base, he's just macroing up. He's getting lots of workers, he's getting that double siege tank and Hellions, so kind of a mech heavy build coming out of him here. And he is getting that double armory as well, so we're going to see almost certainly a mech build out of ThorzaIn here, who is already up to, well, 7 Hellions, no tanks yet, 1 Banshee, 1 Raven, compared to just 25 Marines and 3 Reapers of SjoW. So SjoW's in a good spot, and obviously there is that another Banshee on its way in, and what's that going to be able to do? Obviously it could force another scan, but neither command center has enough. Obviously there is that missile turret though, and that is very, very useful. And again, these rocks are finally going to meet their death. They thought they survived. Thousands of years of erosion formed them, and it just takes a handful of Marines to completely destroy them. However, I have never seen in real life anyone shoot rocks to death, or burn rocks to death. Tank rocks to death, yes. But that's beside the point. If this was real life, obviously I'd be more concerned that there was a horde of kind of semi-conscious aliens, like Zerglings and Hydralisks running around invading the galaxy, and the fact that, well, there was these strange alien race who are far more intelligent than Terran. And that'd all be pretty scary. But that's beside the point. We're a bit sidetracked there. We will see that this Banshee is doing not very much. It's killed literally nothing. Just floated around for a while. Just, hanging out, just like going down the mall with our friends. But no, we will see here that SjoW is coming forward. He's going to be aggressive. He's just going to go for this. And having said that though, ThorzaIn has got a 3rd base up. So I mean, that is a long way out, and I mean, as long as he doesn't do some kind of crazy drone transfer, SjoW is going to have no idea it's there. And if he doesn't go and take it out, he's going to suddenly wonder how ThorzaIn is producing so much off 2 bases. And obviously we'll see the scan go off and won't see a 3rd base. And I mean, that's probably quite surprising to SjoW. He's like, well, I've got my 3rd base coming up. I've also got a huge army, so I didn't even rush it. So what is ThorzaIn doing? Another great scan, going to see everything down. No siege mode as of yet, and obviously the double upgrades though for Terran vehicles, a big engagement coming in here now, and all the SCVs being pulled as well, and that is quite big, pulling all the SCVs, but it does look like ThorzaIn is going to do this, and obviously he has got blue flame, so those Marines are taking huge damage and will be forced backwards. If you take a look at the loss tab, 11 workers killed by SjoW so far, and we have got warm engagement, not pulling back completely. Tanks are going to clean up some subs, so are the Hellions. Obviously that Marauder is very, very good against Hellions, but not against tanks, and ThorzaIn cleaned that up very, very nicely. If we look at the loss tab, evening up, SjoW's lost a lot more, 700 resources more. That's huge. or not, but still quite a bit. And if we take a look around, I mean, this 4th base now up for ThorzaIn, so ThorzaIn is a base up, an entire whole base, and that is pretty huge on its own. And ThorzaIn has just finished that 1-1 vehicle upgrades as well, who is obviously ThorzaIn going for this very mech heavy build, hasn't started 2-2 as of yet. Having said, no, has started +2 vehicle weapons, not 2 vehicle plating. Meanwhile, we've got 1-1 done for Terran infantry for SjoW, and he has got +2 attack on the way. There goes +2 vehicle plating for ThorzaIn. And is this SjoW moving up to take out this base up here? I don't think he even knows it's there. He hasn't even looked, hasn't scanned, and that's something which can really ruin your day, is a hidden expansion, because suddenly your opponent has a lot more stuff than you. And talking about a lot more stuff, ThorzaIn building a second command center here. We'll probably see a planetary fortress there just to help the defense. Meanwhile, we've got missile turrets all around for the detection and taking out any kind of banshee harassment, and everything is just pretty going down standard. I mean, ThorzaIn is just building up a good army. Look at the supply difference already. It's getting quite up. The 4th base for SjoW, though, on the way as well. Not quite as hidden as that of ThorzaIn's. This base here is really game changing, and really why you should just scout around. High sec auto tracking is on the way now for ThorzaIn, so these missile turrets are going to be scary as hell. Great use of sensor towers as well, just to know exactly what is happening absolutely everywhere. I like sensor towers. I think they're a good choice to do. They're not a huge investment, but give you so much information, and especially for ThorzaIn with this massive mech army, he needs to know where stuff is so he can react accordingly, because his army is slow. Still doesn't have siege mode though, and that is quite surprising to me, but he has got 2-2 3/4 done, 2-2 for Terran infantry 3/4 done. For, well, the +2 weapons is 3/4 done, and the +2 plating or armor is about 1/4 done for SjoW there. And this is a big engagement. Thor's coming out for ThorzaIn as well. And obviously, as ThorzaIn's army gets bigger, he can have more problems. SjoW's going to have more problems dealing with it, because obviously mech is very, very strong at max. And we will see here that there's one marine who is going to valiantly try and stop this, but will just get killed. And this is now the 5th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5th base. 2 more command centers though on the way though for ThorzaIn. So ThorzaIn just likes building command centers. Just going to expand everywhere, because that's a good way to play, especially when you have lots of money. If you look at how many resources are left over, I mean, SjoW, he's just not saving anything at all. Or rather, SjoW is. ThorzaIn just spending everything he possibly can, getting +3 vehicle weapons now as well, so very, very good upgrades there from ThorzaIn. SjoW, on the other hand, getting that +1 ship attack to try and make his Vikings more powerful. And obviously he has got 2-1 upgrades, about to be 2-2 for his infantry, getting a Raven out. Siege mode finally being researched by ThorzaIn at the kind of, it should finish at roughly the kind of 18-minute, well, 18:15, which is quite late for siege mode, generally speaking. And this is interesting. ThorzaIn is just moving forward, left his base completely exposed, but obviously he has got that extra base, and this is going to be a base race situation. Almost certainly, neither player is going to pull back. ThorzaIn definitely won't, just because they're taking so long together. Has some Thors in the mix as well. Meanwhile, this base for ThorzaIn is completely destroyed. SjoW is supply blocked, and this isn't actually a huge army for SjoW here. And can ThorzaIn get enough out? I mean, he's got 3 tanks at the back. He's got nothing really down here to try and defend with, but he still has this hidden base. Meanwhile, just look at the damage that ThorzaIn is doing. Picking off the old command center, which is just flying away. His base down here being completely destroyed by Hellions. And ThorzaIn having to lift his, well, natural third up. And he does get taken down by all the Marines, though. And just moving forward, there are some tanks, though. There's tanks behind here as well. 4 behind the wall off, and just look at ThorzaIn go, just eating through that infantry army. Those mass upgraded tanks are huge damage dealers. A scan does go up to try and deal with this Banshee, but obviously that's a waste of a scan as well. Well, not waste, but it uses a scanner. Meanwhile, we will see the ThorzaIn just pushing forward with his death ball of mech and just getting an amazing siege up. There is no way that SjoW can deal with this. Having said that though, it looks like ThorzaIn has dealt with this push completely, so that's, well, pretty much GG for SjoW. I believe ThorzaIn has won. He is just going all out, trying to push forward, but those Thors just eating up so much damage. The tanks haven't been taken down either, and I mean all of the production for SjoW is down. He's down to 25 supply. I believe that is it. There is no, it is it. It's just a matter of time now. There is no way that SjoW can come back from this at all. and that was all because of that hidden base of ThorzaIn in the top right, in my opinion. It's allowed him to keep producing and outproducing SjoW. So we will see here that everything is just going to get completely destroyed, and ThorzaIn is holding on. There's not much else to do, and ThorzaIn even getting a orbit reactor as well. So he's just upgrading everything because he can, and I can't blame him. If he was that far ahead, and there goes the GG for SjoW. So I hope you did enjoy that game. That now means that ThorzaIn will be going through to the final, and SjoW is out of the MSI Pro Cup 8. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked, thumbs up, please subscribe, and please follow me on Twitter. Thank you very much for watching.